Well, this weekend, Sky Box Office HD brings you the magnificent 7-card live from Birmingham. Well, Craig Slater is at the LG Arena for us. It's been an exciting weigh-in day, and we can cross back there live now. Craig.
Yes, James DeGale calls himself Chunky. That's his nickname, James Chunky DeGale. But was he a little bit too chunky at the weigh-in this afternoon? This was what happened when he took to the podium at 2:15. He went up to the scales, having to make that 12-stone super middleweight limit, but with all the board officials crowding round, and after he'd stripped naked, it seemed he hadn't made it. At the time, we were told that he was 3 ounces over the limit. That meant that he had to go away. He went away for about 25 minutes or so, came back again, got back on the scales again, had to strip naked again, and this time was declared bang on the 12-stone limit. So a little bit of an irritation for him in front of the people gathered round. His opponent, Carl Dilks, was kind of goading him throughout the weigh-in, and when they faced off together, Dilks and DeGale exchanged a few angry words, and then Dilks pushed DeGale away. So there's no love lost between these two, but yes, it seemed a little bit of an irritation, a little bit of a surprise that the consummate professional that James DeGale is hadn't got to the 12-stone limit at the first attempt. But that's the story as we understand it. But maybe Jim McDonnell, who's James's trainer, has a different version, because you don't think James was actually over the limit at all, do you?
Well, I'll go further than that. I know for a fact he went over the limit. His weight was 76.2, which is 12 stone. He weighed exactly 12 stone. We checked on the weight before he weighed in, 45 minutes an hour before the weigh-in. Then a few people jumped on the scales before James got on there. Then when he got on there, lo and behold, they said like James is over the weight. They said he's like, I think it's three ounces over or whatever. But to cut a long story short, weight management is part of the trade, you know, and we monitor James's weight all the way through. No one knows his weight better than me. And like looking when he got back on the scales after going basically just to have a wee and 2 rounds of like easy shadow boxing, he got back on and the weight was fine. So it was an absolute blip. I mean, actually, not too long ago, James still contemplating doing middleweight, which, you know, he was 11 stone 10 for his pro debut. You know, he hasn't changed dramatically into some super cruiserweight with the training he does and the period he does, and monitors, and he basically monitors his weight over the last 7 days to structure it to come in and to be solid at 12 stone.
We're arguing over details, I suppose. It's ounces, but you know, you guys, you like to look professional. You are professional, and you think it kind of reflects badly on you. But maybe what might have happened is with the number of people on that podium, you think perhaps, you know, that the calibration of the scales was not slightly out. But let's get away from that anyway. But you've had the rest of the day to kind of, you know, rehydrate James again, and he's been down to the restaurant having, what, 2 whole chickens, is that right, this evening?
Yeah, it's the same we do. It's a bit of a sort of something you get into, like habits after weigh-ins and that. You know, James really looks forward to getting to Nando's, and like he takes his protein drinks and he eats the chicken and the protein, something he enjoys doing, and so far so good, you know. But like everything training program's gone beautiful. The weigh-in weren't a problem coming. I think he should be congratulated for coming at 12 stone on the button, which is an art which he's done on more than one occasion. He's got it off pack. Like I said, it's like just a one little blip, no big deal. You know, James does took middleweight quite comfortably, and as you'll see by his performance tomorrow night.
Okay, fair enough. But he's fighting angry. There's been a lot of, you know, kind of bad blood over the last couple of days. You know, some angry words exchanged at the news conference, and then the pushing and shoving at the weigh-in today. It's lit James's fires, or it seems to have, but you're worried at all that, you know, because he's so keen to impress here and get rid of Carl Dilks, you know, maybe his work might become a little bit ragged?
Well, the thing with James is, you used the word earlier in the interview, he's a consummate professional. You know, and every box is ticked. You know, I sat down with him last night and we went through everything we've done in prep, and we've left no stone unturned. You know, you're talking about a guy who's not just the Olympic gold medalist, but someone who's hot on the chase for these titles in the professional ranks, and you'll see a cold, clinical, professional performance. He won't make no mistakes, and you know, James is ready to be British champion by the end of this year. You know, he's on fast track.
So I mean, you've taken him out to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. and look at his, you know, kind of training regime and the way he operates. I know you see him in very much the same mould. So, you know, we don't want to wish our lives away, but in a year's time, maybe a year and a half, is he going to be right up there at world level? Yeah,
I mean, listen, I've got no doubt in where James is going. He's got no doubt where he's going. You know, I watch his attitude to the sport. I've watched fighters of similar calibre who've won Olympic gold medals without what he's got. He's got this work ethic. He's got this, you know, he wants to learn all the time, learn. As a professional, he's been a pleasure to train and a trainer's dream, because anything you ask him to do, you know, you just show him, and within the next sparring session he's producing. And even in this fight I'm really excited. You know, we've been working on some stuff for this particular contest, and you know, he's just improving all the time. And you know, I think people should be excited to see what they're going to see with JD tomorrow night. You know, he's really looking forward to it, but he's got an ice bag on his head. None of the stuff banter gets to him. You know, he plays with it, he goes with it, but he's cool, and he's a real thorough pro, and he'll take care of business in style.
And obviously yourself, you know, you were a unbeaten British and European champion back in your own fighting days, Jim. There's lots of interesting domestic fights and, you know, European fights, if you like, on this card as well. What do you think of this Bill Magnificent 7 Bill overall?
I think it's going to live up to what it is. It's going to be magnificent, and I really do believe that. You know, just looking at there's so many 50-50 fights on the card, where you know it's a pick and one. You can't work out. It's not a betting man's show if they're looking to like, earn a few quid, because you know, so many fights could literally go either way. But I think it's great for the sport. It's great for boxing. Hope people tune in. I hope they pay their pay-per-view and get the figures up, because I really think this is what boxing needs, and it's the type of fights that people will turn out in their droves to come and watch. And I think it'll be a cracker. Okay,
good stuff. Jim doing the sales pitch there. He is part of Team Chunky, as you can see here, and he insists James DeGale wasn't too chunky at the weigh-in today, but you know, he's going to put on about a stone, I reckon, before the first bell, so he certainly will be a good bit chunkier by the time he gets into the ring to face Carl Dilks.
Great, thank you. How fascinating. What they get out. 2 chickens.
2 whole chickens. I wouldn't mind. Just, I got to put on a stone. That's fine. Not a problem. Be great fun.
Yeah, tune in Magnificent 7 to see how different he will look. I find that extraordinary. Fascinating, anyway.